Orko, good to see you here at the BIEMH show. Makino, we're on the Makino stand. You supply Makino direct in Spain then, do you?
Yes, since more than 15 years now we are ourselves here in Spain so that we can support the growing market in aerospace and automotive. So on.
And due to that growing market, you've introduced a new model into the range, which is the DA500. Something different about this machine we can see.
Well, traditionally Makino has been always a milling machining provider. This time, here in Spain, we see for really the really first time turning on Makino machines. Everyone says we cannot do turning. Now we can.
Now you can.
We can, really.
Take a look in there. You can see now. Typically, you've got an impeller part, which I guess is a really good illustration of turning, isn't it?
Exactly. So this impeller is specifically from the energy sector. So we have also smaller impellers in air condition or in aerospace, but these parts always need to be balanced, and turning is the way to balance. And if we can do the turning and the milling inside the same machine, then quality is going to be assured for the final customer.
You say there's a big market for this now. Your customers have been asking for this, haven't they?
Exactly. So customers in engine, especially in aerospace, they always require this kind of multitasking capabilities, which we were not able to provide until now.
And then I'm going to say, right, so what do you do when you want to change from part to part? And you've got an answer to that as well, haven't you, here in the automation?
Yeah.
So let's have a look.
So, aerospace, we know we have a problem. Right now we have planes without engines. So all the supply
Not in the sky, surely.
Exactly. But the supply chain is struggling to do the ramp up. So they are all asking for automation. There is no chance to sell such kind of machine without automation. That's why we are showing here one example of automation, which is 5 pallets, completely autonomous, so we can put parts up to 800 millimeters. So we can,
So this isn't actually part of the DA500, is it? Is this something you could retrofit to other models within the range?
Well, this is unique for the DA500, unique production needs, let's say. So the machine is not always coming with this type of automation. We could actually put other type of automation as well. But in exhibition, we prefer to sell our own product.
I want to take you around the other side of the stand. Can we go around the other side of the stand? Because I want to have a look at... When I was here 2 years ago, I think you had this machine on the stand 2 years ago, did you?
Yes, indeed.
Was this... I think this was a new model, or was this a new model 2 years ago?
It was a new model. It's the A40 Special Edition. That's something we did for the automotive customers here in Europe. So if
it's really, really quick, isn't it? If I remember, there was some pretty...
1G, 60 meters per minute. It's completely prepared for automation. So if you see on the pallet loading station, we have a hydraulic fixture to show how easy it could be to automate this machine. You just need to put a robot in front. That's it. Machine, as a standard, comes with everything needed to automate. So that was the concept of A40 Special Edition.
When you're talking about speed, I mean, how important is that? It kind of might sound like a stupid question to you, but for your customers now?
Well, let me be a little bit more technical here. When we are talking about the speed, if you see any machine tool builder nowadays on this size of machine, pallet 400, all of us, we have 60 meters per minute, 1G. All of us. But then you put the same part in 2 different machines, and there is a difference of time. Why this is happening? Is because of the jerk. So when we are talking about the speed, when we see the movement on the part, these are very small movements that we need to do, maybe 50 millimeters, not more. So in that space, you don't have enough time to accelerate to the full extent of the machine. So the jerk, let's say the speed of the acceleration, it's becoming more and more important in order to decrease those cycle times.
So if you took 2 models of machines and they both had 60 meters a minute, 1.5G, how much faster then do you believe your machine could be than those, even though the statistics are almost the same?
Well, that's an extremely hard question because it very much depends on the part, but easily 10-15%, we can say we could decrease the cycle time.
Okay, what's the dangers of machining that fast? What's the problems with machining that fast? Can you maintain your tolerances? Do you get rid of the swarf fast enough? There's all kinds of additional factors you have to consider.
Totally fair question, and especially when you see the speeds that we are running here, you have no chance to stop the machine. So this model specifically is 4-axis. Also, we have 5-axis models which are extremely fast. In the 5-axis ones, we are already implementing a kind of digital twin which runs 300 milliseconds ahead of time in order to avoid any collision, because you don't have the time to stop it. Literally, I mean, it's a 1G, it's 60 meters per minute. No chance to stop that. So you need that kind of additional safety that you can get. So, and apart from that, chip evacuation, that's fundamental, let's say it this way. So it's not the same if you are machining a ductile aluminum, if you are machining a steel. So your way to put the chip conveyor, it has to be different. So double layer, one layer, that's something that our sales consultant...
It's a solution, isn't it? You've got to work out with the customer depending on what they do.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for your time. It's been fascinating. Good luck with the turn inside. It's like I said, it's the first time I've seen it. You've probably seen it here first on the Makino stand here at BIEMH. Thank you very much.
Thank you.